So, good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Victoria, British Columbia. My name is Carolyne Taylor, and I'm here this morning with Pamela Sylvan from downtown and around. Good morning, Pamela.
Good morning, Carolyn. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. I'm curious when I look at the name downtown and around. You have just arrived in Victoria in the last 6 or 8 months, and I've definitely seen you around a lot of places. And clearly, with what you're working with, it's important for you to get out and network and connect with people. So, can you tell me a little bit about how, in such a short time, you've integrated yourself into our community so well?
Well, it's not a difficult thing to do. I mean, Victoria is such a beautiful place. It's a bit hard not to get downtown and around and to see everything that this beautiful island has to offer. But it's also a part of what I do. My business as a publicist is to actually get around and see what's going on and make those connections and network where I possibly can. Now, I can't possibly get to everything, but it's just been part of my journey, my calling. And again, it's a wonderful thing to do in the city of Victoria.
And you also are building a team of people who are helping you get out and around and talk about the things that are happening here in Victoria.
Yes, well, through the magazine, I've been able to gather some loyal followers as well as a team of council members who sort of help me dictate where the magazine is going to go and what we want to do and what we want to showcase and talk about. And one of the main reasons for starting the publication was to really place a highlight on those things, people, places, food that may not get an opportunity through mainstream media to be seen. So I've taken it upon myself, along with some fellow contributors, to go about the job of doing that.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit? We've talked about your first networking experience here in Victoria. Can you tell me how you found out about that and what it was?
Well, before I arrived here from Ontario, I was very familiar with a platform called Meetup. And Meetup is an opportunity for people in every city to find out what's going on and to be able to connect themselves with different types of groups and meetings and events. And when I arrived in Victoria, I took the opportunity to see what was happening in the area. And I found one called Dollar Divas. It's run by a realtor here in town named Sarah Waters. And the next day, her event was happening. It was a fundraiser, and I ended up at one of the local hotels here, the Oswego, and my journey. I would meet one person, and they said, "Oh, you'd have to meet this person," and a connection was made, and it was like a domino effect, actually.
Hmm. Yeah, I think you can't underestimate the connection between one person connecting you to another person for sure. I think that's how so many people get to meet and be involved with each other in business and in personal as well. So tell
And one
me
of
a
the
little.
main
Go
Sorry, I was
ahead.
just going to add to finish up that point that the connections are done, the introductions are made, and a big part of that is the follow through and the follow up. And it that's where really the magic happens, is following through and getting yourself to keep going and to show up to the next place.
I totally agree with that. So many people don't follow up, as we've talked about before. And just by following up with someone, you are creating a memorable experience for them because we do meet a lot of people in our everyday life, no matter where we are, whether it's the grocery store or it's an event that we've scheduled to attend. And so the follow up, whether it's through a phone call or an email or a thank you note, is so valuable. I can't stress that enough as well.
Extremely.
Yeah. So tell me about some of the other things that you're working on right now.
Well, lots of exciting things. I've started workshops to help people who want to understand the foundation around getting their message out to the world and how to do that. The world of marketing, public relations, all of that it can be a little daunting for some people, and not knowing where to start with either, or even knowing what questions to ask either a marketing professional, or even if they want to start down that road themselves, is really understanding the basics of it and how to go about getting on the road to putting together your own little mini campaigns for your solopreneur business, and what to look for, what to do, how to start, how to put it together, how to press the go button. And this is my second workshop for the month of May, and I'm looking forward to it. I have a great time teaching.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what we'll do for people who are watching this after our live hangout is I'll have the link so that people can register or find out more information both about downtown and around, and also about your workshop in the show notes below. So if they want to attend, and we'll update that as future workshops come up as well.
Thank you.
Pamela, what I know about you is that you like to walk, and when you walk, you get ideas. And you're very good at following through on those ideas. Are there other activities that you like to do as well that you want to tell us about?
Well, right now, as a newcomer to Victoria, I'm one of the city's biggest tourists. So right now, exploration and excavation is a big point for me, and that's where a lot of the walking comes in too. I get to go and find out what's around the corner, and there's a lot of great little corners around here. Ducking into art galleries, ducking into the next event, ducking into anything along the waterfront, cafes. I mean, it's springtime in Victoria. It's just a glorious time. So anything like that is when I'm not working, which is, very short time that I'm not always working. It's about discovery. It's about excavation. It's about meeting the next new person. Sometimes it's just stand and have a conversation and off you go.
Yes, and I do feel that although you say that you're always working or not always working, I feel that you are doing the work that is your passion, and so it just all blends together. Would you agree with that? Like, what you're doing is what you love, and so it doesn't feel like work.
No, definitely not. For the amount of time that I spend at my computer, on the phone, or in front of clients, it's definitely a labor of love. I wouldn't be able to put this kind of energy into it. My mother was with me for 5 months. She came out to visit, and she said if she wasn't here to see it, she would never have believed it. She would have just thought I was ignoring her to actually get that done. And I said, I live and breathe it. I just love doing what I do.
Yeah. Maybe I should have my mom over here for 5 months, and then she'd understand too.
It helps the conversation. It does help.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to read. Are you a reader?
Oh, avid reader.
Okay, so that's good, because I didn't give you the questions in advance, but I would like to just finalize this interview with just asking you about one book that has really had an influence on your life.
The book that I read, I started reading it about maybe 6.5 years ago, and it really took me by the neck and shook me and sort of threw me in the corner and said, okay, now what are you going to do? For the long book, really put me on the road to making those changes that I said I wanted in my life. And to the point where I think there was one of the essays that she wrote in there, and I think it actually brought me to tears, and I knew at that point it was time. So I always go back every now and then to wherever I open the book is where I start reading. And she continues to inspire. She continues to broaden my horizons. She continues to energize after all these years.
That's excellent. Thank you. And we'll put the title of that in the show notes as well. So, yes. Pamela, I'm going to go out and enjoy our beautiful place that we live. I'm going out for a hike, and I hope you have a fabulous day today as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday.
Thank you. Well, I look forward. Big shout out to everything you do for the city of Victoria and making sure nobody gets left behind and everybody gets seen. I think that's a beautiful premise in which to work. So kudos to you too.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yes, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.